Welcome to your feature presentation, the podcast where we bring you the latest and greatest movies in pop culture. Today we're talking about the new Avatar trailer, we're talking about the Fantastic Four movie, and we're also talking about the summer blockbuster of the 90s. It's a good show. Ready? Here we go. And now it's time for movie news. Today we're going to start off with the Avatar trailer that just got released. This is exciting, so let's do this. Avatar: Fire and Ash. This came out with the Fantastic Four movie. Beautiful. Man, every time I see this, especially on the big screen, they do look beautiful. It
is astounding.
I think
Sigourney
sometimes
Weaver.
I think sometimes, I'm like, does it look as good as I remember it? It's like, yep, it does.
Every single one we've gotten to so far. It's crazy how they step the bar up every time. Like, why wouldn't there be those animals on this planet? That's so tight. I do think, here's my prediction, is that Sigourney Weaver, her character, will die in this one, because she's getting kind of old as an actress. I love you, Sigourney, but I think she's probably wanting to be done, you know?
That's what I was about to say to you, Andrew, is you can't live like this.
Not in hate.
Yeah, that's interesting, because her character is a child.
Right, but she's like reborn. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It seems like this movie, too, is focusing a lot more on the younger generation of, like, Na'vi.
Yeah.
And then this is it's the first reveal of, like, the new tribe.
Mm-hmm.
The Fire Tribe, we're assuming.
No, it's fine.
I like that the tribe seems to be another threat rather than a safe haven for our characters, right? So now they've got kind of two fronts.
Yeah.
So cool. Look at that.
Which is cool, because I'm glad, like, this isn't going to be like, oh, it's 100% in Fireland or something. It's just like, it's this whole world, and there's different elements I think they're focusing on. Like, the middle one was water, and this one is more of this fire tribe, not so much as like a lava.
It's very reminiscent of, like, wow. So cool. It feels very reminiscent of, like, a Pacific culture, like a Pacific Islander culture.
Yeah.
They have that kind of volcanic jungle type atmosphere.
Which, you know what movie
cool.
it really reminds me of that you have not seen, unless you can surprise me, but is Apocalypto, which is the...
Apocalypto. I don't know what movie you're talking about. I was just saying it back to you. What is this?
I thought you were I mispronounced it. Now I'm questioning everything. Apocalypto? That's probably right. Apocalypto.
I was like, I've never heard of Apocalypto. What?
There are a few who can. So Apocalipto.
No, I've never heard of that.
Apocalypto. Never heard of
this movie?
Yeah. Apocalypto. That's the way to say it. Yeah. You're right. I was wrong.
Okay.
But you still haven't seen the movie.
Which means I'm double wrong. Shame.
I'm still right. So I think it's the Mayan. Yeah, it's the Mayan kingdom it focuses on. But just it feels a lot like that. Kind of like just some of the like they have the whatever it is, like a nose ring, but it's like a circle around their head.
Piercings, tattoos. Yeah.
The paintings
very cool.
and stuff. But yeah, also you've got to watch that movie too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah, I think it looks good. I was questioning this too. Would you consider yourself an Avatar fan? Like,
casually, very casually.
I think it's a hard thing.
They're single watches for me. I think I've seen the second one time, and that was good.
Yeah. I really like them. I'm a multiple watch person for sure. It's definitely not a constant watch or constant rewatch. But I think these movies are a weird kind of section where, we're talking about, highest grossing movies. they make a lot. Kind of everyone goes to see them, but at the same time, I don't hear people being huge fans. You don't hear about Star Wars fans, Star Trek fans, Avatar fans, you know? Although I'll say Avatar fans, and then everyone will say, yeah, we're Avatar fans. I'm like, no, not The Last Airbender, the James Cameron.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know anyone whose favorite movie is Avatar.
Yeah.
Not to say that it's a bad movie.
No.
But I don't know anyone they're like, this so deeply resonates with me that it's my favorite piece of film expression of this type of art ever. Like, whoa. I don't know anyone who's who would
it
say
seems
that.
like I don't know, you think about series that to me aren't super like I love, but I don't like. I'm not like they're not like the highest rated. Like Pirates of the Caribbean. One of my friends was like, "That's my favorite series." I'm like, "That's cool. I totally get why you would love that. I enjoy those movies.
It's a lot to like."
Yeah, but then I have never had anyone say I'm an Avatar fan. That's my favorite. You know, and I don't know.
Maybe now that there's more content, because I think once all 3 of these movies come out, there's I think 5 planned. Once the 3rd one comes out, there might be enough material there for someone to say, yep, the story that is being told in Avatar is my favorite ever. But I think it's too early. And the gap between number 1 and number 2 was way too big. I think that there was a lot of fans that were lost there. So we'll see if it develops, if it becomes a like household, oh, I love Avatar. And they go, that makes sense. Like Back to the Future or something like that. So
I also think it's weird because, and we'll wrap up right here on Avatar, but so the first one is such like a cultural phenomenon. Like this is the most crazy CG you've ever seen in your life. Everyone has to go see it. And I think it became a thing where it just steamrolled so much. It's like everyone was like, you've got to go see it. So everyone was like, well, I guess I got to go see it. Honestly, I feel like the same thing happened with Frozen when that came out, because it was just, well, everybody's seeing it. I guess I have to as well. And and I think it was a solid movie. I think everyone was just like, well, it's just Pocahontas in space. But yeah, it was fun. But then the second one, I think, again, it was like we were feeling we haven't seen a lot of improvement since the first one. Like there was a lot of like, let's jump back in and see how good it looks. And now I'm curious, too, that we have a sequel a couple years later, like a normal sequel. I wonder if we're going to see a drop off with people like, because this is going to be like, if you're going to go see the third one, you've got to be a fan. I think we're going to lose. Personally, I think we're going to lose a lot of the like casual, like, I'll go to that one. You know, I just don't know, because I just don't think it has that fandom. But I guess we'll see if everyone goes sees this one again. We'll know.
Totally. Are you mocking me?
You're mocking me.
All right. The God of War.
Next, yes, in movie news is TV show stuff. We call that pulling an Andrew on this podcast.
Yeah, dude. You do whatever you want. Topics don't matter.
Top 10 character movie deaths. Okay, so
here's
in
one
Game of
from a
Thrones,
TV show. I'll never live that down.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, so they basically ordered 2 seasons of a God of War TV show from Amazon Studios. That hasn't even started filming yet. They're hoping 2026. So this is a ways out, but they've centered on a story. So at least they are going to do the Norse mythology section. So this is the 2018 God of War, like the kind of more current storyline of God of War. When I first heard that, I was like, I want to see Kratos killing, Zeus. That's my jam. But they're basically like, they love the father and son dynamic with Kratos and Atreus. And that's the 2018 game, and like I think it was 2022 was Ragnarok, I believe.
Sure. Okay.
So both those games are centered around that story, and then they can dip into the older kind of Greek mythology stuff. They just like, that's a lot more interesting story. It's like, they're right. I mean, the video games are so fun. The original games, just because it's him on a vengeance quest to kill all these Greek gods. But as far as a story, as far as like a TV show, having a father and son dynamic where the father is then basically an old general, an old warrior, and they can keep dipping into his past. Like that is a lot more interesting story. So
yeah,
I'm excited for this, and I'd love to hear kind of your thoughts.
Are they going to get Christopher Judge?
I don't.
Is he
So
gonna
there's
be in
no
this?
casting announcement whatsoever.
Man, it's gonna have to be a different character. This is one of those voices that is so iconic, you can't have anyone else vocally at least portray like Kratos or the main character, or like it's gonna have to be a different character.
Yeah.
If it's not Christopher Judge. So, and it sounds like there's a maybe I don't understand the premise of the show very well because it's the first time I'm hearing about it, but sounds like they're gonna be changing a lot. So,
Well, they're basically going to follow the most current 2 video games.
oh,
which
got
are-
it.
Which is the
You were right. Ragnarok was 2022.
yeah. I had a couple children between the release of that game and now, so it took me 3 years to beat Ragnarok. But I just beat it, and it's really good.
Nice.
So yeah,
Terrific.
had a couple kids, and so yeah, that's definitely, it's far away, but I'm really excited for that show.
Yeah.
All right, next we've got a Taika Waititi Judge Dredd film coming.
Yeah, dude. This one was really exciting for me when it was announced. Judge Dredd, the 2012, I want to say, movie, was interesting and I think got my attention. I didn't ever see the other, I think the 95 Sylvester Stallone movie. I never saw that, but the one with Carl Urban I thought was intriguing, and I wouldn't say that one was fun, but it was cool, I guess.
Yeah.
But Taika Waititi with the character of Judge Dredd, as well as Drew Pearce, who I think we would know him from Iron Man 3 and Fall Guy. He was a writer for those things. So it sounds like to me this is going to be a pretty funny, colorful take on Judge Dredd. My brain immediately goes to slow-mo, like the drug that is in that world that makes you experience like time moving so slowly, like all of the comical things that you can do with that. Taika Waititi is a ridiculously funny director and writer, so that's my anticipation. My expectation for this movie is a more lighthearted, but not really a less violent movie. I think the expectation is still kind of R-rated, but comedy. So essentially Taika doing like a Deadpool kind of thing. I don't know, but I think it's really interesting, and I'm excited to see how that plays out. So what are your thoughts?
No, I think I'm excited hearing that. I think who did you just say? The actor was in.
Carl Urban?
Yeah, Carl Urban. Known for Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
I think that was a film too that they were like, let's take it seriously. Let's do it hardcore. Like, he didn't take his helmet off
right
the entire movie. And I think that was really cool because I think there's a lot of characters that it's hard to, as an act. I don't know if if the actor doesn't want to hide their face the whole time, or if it's the movie people are like, we need to show the actor's face because they're famous. But I mean, even in Spider-Man, like Iron Man, all these superhero movies, you'll see their face a lot. And you don't just have like Peter Parker. Even in the original Spider-Man, it's like it starts getting cut off, and you can see Tobey Maguire, or you can see, Robert Downey Jr. So I think it was cool that they made an attempt to be like, this character doesn't take his helmet off. The actor's not going to take their helmet off. But I feel like it was a very serious take. It was a pretty bleak movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I don't know. And I'm not a comic fan, so I don't know if people are like, finally, we got it. But it's also like, now for me as a movie fan, so we've got the weird Sylvester Stallone one. We've got the kind of gritty, serious take. If we do a Judge Dredd film in the vein of Thor Ragnarok, I'm all about it. And I think hopefully he stays in that Ragnarok area. Because, I mean, Taika Waititi is such an interesting director because you've got Jojo Rabbit on one hand, you've got Thor Love and Thunder on the other hand, which is so goofy, so over the top. And it's just like, if we're in the middle somewhere, I think that can be a really awesome film. And I think he's still got some good movies in it. He's someone that I'm like, I really did not like Thor Love and Thunder, but I think he still has some movies, like some movies in his blood, you know.
Yeah, totally. Next Goal Wins was a movie he did with Michael Fassbender, I think. I loved that movie. That was a year after Love and Thunder, and it was very reminiscent of his work previously, like Jojo Rabbit and Hunt for the Wilder People, and Boy. So I think if he sticks to that kind of mode of storytelling, it'll be really successful. Successful maybe critically. But yeah, the Love and Thunder as like a large blockbuster that ended up unfortunately being kind of a flop. I think took him out of the ring for a lot of those big Marvel, Star Wars types of conversations. But again, allegedly in talks to do Star Wars stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah. Who knows? Or is this a Rian Johnson trilogy that talk about exists for 10 years? But so I don't know. I'm excited for that. And I also, too, like, I never wanted to be judgy on a filmmaker to be like Taika Waititi. It's like he's doing a wide variety of things. And like that's, more power to you. There's some that I like. It's weird to me, I guess, because to be honest, hated Love and Thunder, but Jojo Rabbit is probably in my top 20 movies of all time.
It's a great one.
It's so hard to kind of reconcile that. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like he can do a lot of different stuff. Good for him, you know?
That's true. That's true.
All right. So real quick, I want to talk about Ozzy Osbourne.
Okay.
I know. I saw it when you were reading notes. You're like, Ozzy Osbourne? What the? So just for a cultural stamp, when we're recording this, so Ozzy Osbourne has passed away. And my favorite meme about it was, finally, we can stop listening to Coldplay. Because it was after all the Coldplay, like all the affair stuff. They're like, all my algorithm was all Coldplay, but then Ozzy passed away, and then now it's all Black Sabbath stuff. But I thought this was cool. So the big, he had a final like farewell concert, and I'm a huge metalhead. I've always loved metal growing up and everything like that. So this concert was put on by Tom Morello, and Andrew, you know that Tom Morello is the guitar player from
the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Close, Rage Against the Machine.
Totally.
Anyways, but so he put together all these bands, and so there was like Metallica, and there was Guns N' Roses, which Axl Rose and Slash were on stage together, which is pretty shocking. A lot of cool stuff. There was a super group. You've probably seen a lot of clips, but like Youngblood was doing vocals for a cover for a Black Sabbath song, Changes, and then the drummer from Sleep Token was on it. Like, it's just a bunch of really cool bands, really cool music, and they ended it well. The reason I bring all this up is because they're releasing the final concert as a theater movie.
Like they did with Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Whoa.
Same fan group. They're like, Taylor's fans will be there.
My wife, she's probably bought tickets for this already.
Yeah. They're actually calling it Ozzy Osbourne's final concert, the Taylor cut.
Yeah.
Or what does she call her album?
Taylor's version.
Taylor's version. Yeah, it's called Taylor's version. Here, I'll take that joke again. They're actually calling it Ozzy Osbourne's final concert, comma, Taylor's version.
Semicolon. Ozzy Strikes Back.
Ozzy Strikes Back again. Semicolon dash. I don't know. I got nothing.
Semicolon. This grammatically is checking out. Semicolon dash parenthesis.
Prince of Darkness.
Close parenthesis.
Close parenthesis. And then exclamation mark, but it's like after the parentheses. So it's like, I think it's just a little typing.
Just a little like,
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh. All right.
Well, that's great. That's cool. I like that.
Okay, so we're moving on. I would like to talk about real quick Spider-Man 4. Tom Holland Spider-Man 4, because that's like, there's a lot of people that wanted Spider-Man 4 to be Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 4. But so there is it's filming. Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4 is coming.
Let's go, baby.
Some people were talking, like, is Spider-Man 4 going to be Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 4? But unfortunately not. But maybe he's in it. Who knows?
Honestly, I hope not. I think that ship has sailed, and that was a really fun experience to have. Like, oh, every Spider-Man, so cool. And Spider-Verse is still doing that. They have to finish that up. So I feel like I just want to get back to Tom Holland's story, ground it in New York City, bring me the neighborhood Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Yeah, and so it's filming this summer, and I think, yeah, you're right. If it'd be cool to me if they were going to release a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. Like, I think it'd be cool, like, to do like old man Spider-Man type thing. That would be a fun, interesting thing. But yeah, I think you're right. Let's just keep the chapter moving. And I think Spider-Man has been kind of in the interesting point of like a lot of like after Endgame. It's like, I think Spider-Man is really like an epilogue. That's
I
that
thought
word.
you were going to say it was like an Aperol Spritz. I was like, how so? Spider-Man really is a lot like an Aperol Spritz if you think about it.
You know, have you see like Spider-Man swing on and you're like, is that Aperol? I don't know.
Oh,
I was gonna say you're the only reason I know even know what Aperol is because of your Shark Week drink from last year.
Mhm.
You're like,
I did.
and then I put some Aperol. I was like,
You're
what's
like,
Aperol?
excuse me, some what?
Excuse me, is that rat poison?
Did you
What?
you get that on the black market?
So it's filming Tom Holland Spider-Man, but I'm excited for it. But it's going to be a new kind of chapter for this because obviously we're going to jump right into some Marvel stuff. But so John Watts is not directing this Spider-Man 4, so it's going to be Destin Daniel Cretton, whatever.
Okay.
So it'll be kind of a different feel, which I think I'm kind of indifferent about. It's like I like John Watts a lot, and I thought that was giving us some good Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it is going to be that's going to be the next Marvel movie we get before Avengers. It's going to be Spider-Man and then Avengers Doomsday.
Wow, yeah.
So it's kind of like that bridge film. And I am ready to jump right into movie reviews unless you have anything else to say about Spider-Man 4.
I'm endlessly and always excited for Spider-Man. That's all. Movie review time.
Movie review. Fantastic Four. I've seen Fantastic Four. Unfortunately, Andrew has not. I've got a little short review of it on YouTube, but I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I was shocked because I just loved it. It was fun. It was about heroes again. It was a self-contained story. And when we talked about this before, I was really concerned this wasn't going to fire me up for the next Marvel project, especially Avengers Doomsday. But it did something that the movie did not intend.
Okay.
It excited me about the Fantastic Four.
You're like,
I'm like,
am I into this?
I was like, not only because I think I was looking at it as like, man, Marvel really needs a leg up to get people excited about the next Avengers movie, because we talked about, the first one and especially Civil War. Those were huge. Like, I'm so pumped to see the next big thing. But then this one, did it excite me about the next one? Yes. But it just excited me about Fantastic Four, the group, that world. And I'm like, I'm not even in the world of, I can't wait for Avengers. I'm in the world of, I want another Fantastic Four movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not expecting that. And like Avengers Doomsday, here's, I think what's so cool is Avengers Doomsday could just kick rocks, in my opinion. Because if I've got a Fantastic Four movie that I can get excited about, like, what else do I need? It's like Avengers, it no longer is the last thing, or it better be good. This better be the buildup. It's like, we got two good Marvel movies this year.
Yeah.
And it's not Captain
Robert
America
Downey
Brave New
Jr.
World.
Get out of here.
Kick rocks.
No, it was not. Yeah.
That movie was so weird. We've said it before, but they had the content of one good movie, and they gave it to a 6-episode miniseries and a 2.5-hour movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
insane.
You condense all that stories? That is a solid movie right there.
Yeah.
But nope, they didn't do it. So I was really excited about Fantastic Four. And I guess, do you have anything to say about that? I know you didn't get to see it, but
I'm excited to see it. I think that I've said it before, and so I'll just briefly touch on it. The aesthetic is really cool to me, and I think the actors are great choices. I've heard some negative things about the casting specifically. Some people think that there was a big miss to cast who they did for the four, but I haven't seen anything to actually sway my opinion on that. So we'll see when I actually watch it what I think.
No, I think I like the casting. I think there is definitely some Pedro Pascal fatigue because he's just seems to be in everything.
Yeah.
But he was good in this. And I think another thing I really liked about this is I think before the Fantastic Four was all about their powers.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one, it was just like, that was just part of them. They were a family first that just happened to be superheroes. And they weren't like, it was one of those, they jumped into the middle of their story. They've been protecting Earth for like 4 years at this point.
Yeah.
And this is an alternate universe. Here's another thing too, is they did it a lot better than Superman did it. Because once again,
really?
Superman gave us a paragraph that Superman's been around for a couple years. This is the middle of his story. But to me, the new Superman movie, I really enjoyed it, but it felt a lot more like a middle chapter. Fantastic Four showed us in flashbacks. It's a complete story. I guess that's the main thing.
They take some time and tell you what's been going on, catch up to speed.
Yeah. It's like, here, let's jump in with the Fantastic Four. This is where we're at. They explain where it's at. They show you where they came from. But then it's like, it's a full, complete story. So we also don't really care, So I think that was kind of cool. Like Reed Richards, it's so funny because he's like, it's a hero that his power is that he can stretch, But it was cool because this movie it's like, well, that's not his main thing. He's the smartest man in the world. He's a genius. That's his real superpower. And then the stretching ability was just used in fighting or getting around, kind of like Spider-Man. It was just kind of like it's part of it. It's fun. It's visual, especially with like all their characters. They have their thing that are really cool. But you can probably hear it in my voice, but I was so excited about this movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
Recording this the weekend after it came out. So it'll be out for a week or two by the time this episode's out. But if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It was a super fun movie.
Sweet.
All right, next. Da 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 da. Happy Gilmore 2 was released on Netflix. Andrew, are you a fan of the original?
I've seen it one time a long time ago, and I was like, that's Adam Sandler for sure.
I was pleased by this movie. It wasn't amazing. It's not gonna rock your socks off. It made me chuckle, but it was good. I had a lot of fun with it.
That's awesome.
So there was callbacks to the original movie. So I think this is if you're a fan of the original Happy Gilmore, you're gonna enjoy this. You're gonna have some laughs. There was a bit. I'll tell you about one bit that really made me laugh. Is he said, or basically, unfortunately. The story starts off with a tragedy, but it's Happy Gilmore, so it's funny, of course, but a tragedy. So Happy Gilmore becomes basically an alcoholic. This is not funny.
Oh, no.
Okay, so don't laugh. Okay, come on. Classless, Andrew. So anyways, he becomes an alcoholic, and everything becomes a flask for him. So he will just drink out of everything, and it gets just more and more ridiculous. It's so funny. Like, it's one of those gags where it starts, you're like, haha. And then for me, the repeated gag, it just gets funnier and funnier. Like you're doing now. You're just waiting for me to laugh at what your face is doing.
I'm just trying not to laugh.
So everything is as a flask. Like he'll bring up his iPhone to check something, and then he'll like slide a lever up, and then like a cap pops up on the top of the phone. He'll pick up the golf ball and he screws it in half, and then just like everything is a flask. It's so funny. I just like the TV remote, like everything just so it got me so good. Loved it.
That's
so yeah,
hilarious.
Go check out Happy Gilmore 2 for
Cool.
a fun time. All right, we are gonna jump right in to summer blockbusters of the 90s. Are you ready?
Yeah, dude. I'm finally alive in this decade.
Yeah, me too. I just missed the 80s, so I'm a 90s. I was born in
Yeah.
1990. So, is there a 90s? What's 90s music to you? Like,
Oh, I'm a really bad person to ask. Maybe we're
ain't
both.
nothing but a heartache. I would consider here's a controversial statement.
Yeah.
I think I'm more of a 2000s kid because that's when
Yeah.
I was middle school, high school.
Yeah.
I can, 90s. I'm like I was 0 to 10 in the 90s. I wasn't really in touch with the cultural movement.
Yeah. I mean, things that stand out to me are I like to listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers a lot, and I think there's a good amount in there.
Well,
Blink
just give it away.
182 is really good.
Give it away now.
Give it away now. Blink 182 is really good. Shania Twain's got a lot of good stuff from the 90s, brother.
Ooh.
Anyway, there you go.
I know who Shania Twain is. I know if I heard several of her songs, I would know that, but I cannot name you one of her songs.
Are you kidding me?
From her name, I can't associate that.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Let's go, girls.
Da, 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 da.
Man, you're out when we were at your wedding. What was that? 5 years ago?
Almost
How long
5
you been
years
married?
ago. Yep.
Almost 5 years ago. October, right? Your anniversary.
October.
Is coming up.
That's
I
right.
remember that. Yeah, I remember your DJ played that, which is a common thing at a lot of weddings. Is like the
White people weddings. Totally.
yeah, white people weddings. Like, okay, all the guys get off, and then all the girls
Yep.
run up. And I just remember talking to John, Becca's husband, because he was going into the airlines, and so we were just like talking planes, and then like all the girls were just doing their thing, and
Yeah.
our wives were college roommates, so like they have this whole circle, and I think that
Yes.
circle of women was just the whole of the wedding.
Yeah, it was
We were
like a
one
mosh pit
in that moment.
for
for
Annette.
Shania.
And the theme song was Shania Twain's "Man If You
Yeah.
Like a Woman." That was a great time.
What were you doing to that song? I didn't see you.
I was
Duck
in the
out
middle
for
as
a
well.
smoke
I was- like, you know me.
You just started smoking cigarettes in that moment.
In that moment, first one.
Just
Yep.
got married. Is that how you
Yep.
smoke cigarette? No, that's
I don't know how you do that. I think once it goes in your mouth, you can't. It doesn't leave. You have to chew it. Actually.
what she said. As soon as it goes in your mouth, I'm like, I'm committed. I'm gonna say the joke no matter how he finishes that sentence.
Oh, pardon me. Sorry. Wait, that's your fault. Okay, the 1990s blockbusters.
Yeah, you want to read off our list?
Yes. We have 1990 Ghost, 1991 Terminator 2 Judgment Day, 92 Batman Returns, 93 was Jurassic Park, 94 was The Lion King, 95 Batman Forever, 96 Independence Day, 97 Men in Black, 98 Saving Private Ryan, and 99 Star Wars Episode 1 The Phantom Menace.
Yes.
Ooh.
Well, let's just jump right in.
Dude,
Ghost,
yeah. Ghost.
1990.
Patrick Swayze.
Directed by Jerry Zucker.
Yeah.
This was my first watch of this movie, and I felt very weird watching it by myself.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Just alone in your basement.
My love.
I can.
My love.
So, I can one up this. Actually, this is the only thing I have to say about this movie, and it's such a worse experience. When I was like 13, I was getting a feel for like, oh, people go on dates. They have boyfriends and girlfriends. I know 13's old. I was too old to be getting a feel for that. I understand.
Huh. People are dating.
Wait, people date. I'm like about to take driver's training. So I asked my
You look
mom
over
and
in
dad.
your car.
They're like, what?
People are dating.
People are together. Where do they walk into a restaurant or something?
I don't know why. I don't think I've ever seen you without a beard. So I picture 14 or
gross.
13-year-olds still had a beard, but still don't know the people dating.
I wish. I wouldn't have had a problem dating if I had a beard. So I asked my mom and my dad, I was like, hey, what was your first date? And they're like, oh, we saw a movie called Ghost in theaters, and that was our first date. I was like, cool, okay. I keep that just in my brain, in my noggin for like
In the noggin.
4 years maybe. Finally watched Ghost, and I'm during the entire movie, especially the pottery scene, I'm like, this was your first date? You're like, hey, let's go see the like raunchiest, most suggestive movie of the summer together. My name is so and so. Nice to meet you. Get in that theater. I was like, dang, dude.
Your mom just kept looking over your dad and he kept just like raising his eyebrows. Like, yep.
Honestly, it's probably my dad's idea. My mom probably didn't know
Swayze, huh?
anything about that movie. She's like, oh, okay, whatever.
Patrick's in it.
So
Our
funny.
Patrick.
Our Patrick.
Which I believe this
Chrissy.
was Chrissy. Go water. Yeah, man, that's an old joke. Bringing it back.
is.
That's
I think
from
about
the
that a
movie
lot.
Jaws. Chrissy. What's your name? Chrissy. Chrissy. I believe this was a year after Roadhouse.
Oh, that would make sense, yeah. You got to follow up the Roadhouse action with a little Ghost action.
I mean, you're right. You've got to.
I think those are actually one fluid story. That's a trilogy.
So this was a year after Roadhouse, which I think is really interesting because okay, no, he can be an action star as well. And then you're back in this romantic comedy, which I feel like that's kind of a cool move because it's just kind of basically being like, he's a movie star. He's going to be in a lot of stuff. He's not typecasted, which is cool. Yeah, this movie, odd movie. I feel like the pottery scene, and we talked about it with our notes, is The Naked Gun 2 parodies this scene so well, and I'll link that because it's such a ridiculous, over the top thing. And we there's a lot of parodies and history of parodies, but I was realizing as we were talking about it, that movie came out the year after Ghost.
They were quick. Yeah, they were fast.
They were parodying something that came out last year.
You got to stay relevant.
That seems crazy to me because I feel like we're still getting Matrix references,
Totally,
15 years later. And now they're like, next year it's like, oh yeah, Ghost joke. That's funny. I feel like I was middle of the road with it. It was like, yeah, it's a 90s movie, whatever. I think it was a little more mystery than I thought, which that was kind of cool. Like who killed him, things like that. Spoiler, he's the ghost.
Whoa. Sorry.
But yeah, so I don't know. It was fine. I got nothing else to say about Ghost.
Totally.
I have a lot to say about Naked Gun, but
oh yeah, there you go. Wasn't the summer blockbuster of the summer, so
no,
keep it to
talk
yourself.
about it. No.
1991 is Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Speaking of our boy James Cameron,
Ba-da-da.
I love the intro music so much to this movie.
Oh, it's so good.
Like that theme, so good.
This is another movie too that's comes up with the argument of the originals are always the best, the sequels are always worse. And man, this is it brings it up a notch so much. I think it's just an overall better movie. It's hard because it couldn't have existed without the first one, so I think that's always in the conversation. But I mean, Terminator 2, such a perfect movie, one of the highlights of the 90s. It's such a cultural film too.
It's really, really fun experience. If you've never seen it, it's worth a watch. Even if, I'm gonna say it, even if you don't watch the first one, the Terminator is such a culturally iconic character that the premise for what the first one establishes is pretty easy to understand. You can kind of just watch the second one, and it's super fun. So do that. Yeah.
It is kind of interesting because I think it is a bummer going back to the first one. If you, like me, saw the Terminator 2 Judgment Day first, and you're like, I'm going to watch the Terminator series now. And then you go back to the first and you're like, that's a bummer.
Yeah, you kind of realize how low of a budget it had.
Yeah. Which, again, originator.
Still a great one. Still a good one.
Obviously, your series, though, with Alien, I think the cool part is if you just watch Aliens, the second one, you can go back, and the first one is so quality. It's such a
Yeah.
It feels different because it's the first one, but it's such a quality film. It just wow, let's keep going. You said that to me, I believe, and you're like, wow, let's keep
Wow. Wow. All right. 1992, Batman Returns. I've been watching so many Batman movies here, Heath,
Yeah.
and I got to tell you, so this is Michael Keaton's second Batman movie.
Right.
Yep. So Michael Keaton, this is the second one. It's the
Tim
second
Burton.
one with Tim Burton. And Tim Burton and Joel Schumacher have this kind of Batman universe thing where like they both did 2 movies, the Burton Schumacher thing. They're very adjacent, but they're not connected. So the styles are like they kind of pay homage. Like Schumacher pays homage to Burton in like the creepy, congested feel of Gotham, but he's way more colorful. So Batman Returns, Michael Keaton movie is the one with Danny DeVito as the Penguin. And this movie, this is my one thing that I'll share about this movie. This one is way worse than the first Michael Keaton Batman movie.
Yeah.
Just Batman is like pretty cool, pretty good for Tim Burton, getting that aesthetic, right?
Yeah.
Batman Returns doesn't know if it wants to be kind of scary or really, really goofy.
Yeah.
And that doesn't go well. It does not go well. And also, Michael Keaton is a bad Bruce Wayne. He's like an okay Batman, but he's a terrible Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
So that's what I got.
Yeah, I think it was in the latest Flash movie. Which
Yeah,
we
he
saw
came back.
Michael Keaton's Batman, and I'm like, I really liked him in that. Like, I feel like he finally was giving us, but that was like an old, like his he's one of those superheroes that he is Batman. Bruce Wayne is his alter ego.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, I just never really liked Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne. I just think he was kind of, it's just, we talked about it before, but it's too flippant, it's too uncaring. It's just like he almost needs to be more of like a jerk. He needs to be more of a, I'm buying this hotel. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one, once again, it was like a fever dream. There's so much going on. Very interesting visually. Danny DeVito, I think, did great. But then I feel like Tim Burton gets into this with his live action movies. Some of them are just gross. Like some of the scenes.
Yes.
And it's just like, does he need to be a physical representation of a penguin and like become a penguin boy?
Yeah.
And it's almost like
raised by penguins in the sewer. Like, what is going on?
It's like almost like a penguin. It's almost like a body horror with that character. And it's just like, and then Michelle Pfeiffer, like with Catwoman, it's just same stuff. It's just kind of like all this, I don't know. I think they're definitely not my favorite Batman movies, but definitely I think a downturn from the original for sure.
Yeah. That I wish he would have gone more just straight up. This is going to be frightening. It's going to be scary, because dipping out of the scary into just absurd silliness, like Penguin rising up out of the sewer on a rubber ducky. What? Why? His henchmen like literally being penguins at the end. He's like, "Go, my penguins." And I was like, "Oh, these will be dudes like dressed as penguin, just like the Joker has like clowns." No, they're huge penguins.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. Like, why would you do that? There's one scene, there's this guy, the penguin's like, "We're gonna go all through Gotham and kill the firstborn," very biblical, which is weird, "firstborn son of every Gothamite here." And this dude goes, "Isn't that like really bad?" And he just shoots him right in the chest. And he goes, "Anybody else?" This a henchman is like, "Isn't that like really terrible?" And he's like, "Pow."
Yeah, I definitely think this movie has an identity issue for sure.
It's weird. Yeah, it's just so weird.
I don't know. Once again, it's one of those movies where I love horror and I love going through horror movies and like the Halloween movies, Friday the 13th, and like there's some good to bad to what the heck was that? I almost
Yeah.
swore. I almost H-E.
Good heavens.
Sorry, Mom. But I think with these Superman movies, like it's a fun watch to go through all the Batman movies. This is definitely not one of the highlights, but it's still
It is still fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Speaking of fun time, Jurassic Park.
Dude, 1993, what a year to get one of the greatest movies of all time. I feel like we say that a lot. Don't take us for liars. Take us for people who love movies.
Yeah.
We're just
We're fans.
positive dudes. Jurassic Park
Happening
is
guys.
such a great movie, despite the fact that it was not a very genuine interpretation of the book.
Yeah.
Is that what I want? No. I want Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Yeah, we've also brought this up. Jaws and Jurassic Park. I think the movies are so much better than the books. And I'll go back and read the books just because I'm such a fan of the movie. And with Jurassic Park, I'm sorry, it's a boring book. It's not fun. You don't, like we talked about, we have a whole episode about, Hammond really is the bad guy.
Mhm.
And in this, he's the lovable genius that messed up because he couldn't let go of his vision. And the other one, he's just like,
I just want the families and the children to be happy.
Yeah.
And that's why everything goes wrong. And it's the complete opposite in the source material, which is interesting.
I wanted to make something real that they could see and touch. Oh, I can see the fleas. Mommy, can you see the fleas? Eating a giant tub of ice cream.
Yeah.
Man, watching those kids run in to like the buffet and just eat all the Jello.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid. I was just like, man, you run from getting eaten and then you just go eat the Jello. But like,
I can relate.
Jello.
I can relate.
And I'm not a lime fan. And I think they're like eating that green, like probably lime Jello.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would crush that lime Jello.
Yeah. You do what
Crush
you
it.
can.
But this is such a good movie. Steven Spielberg, Sam Neill. And it's such a good, especially at this time, this is like one of the first branching out of into CG creatures, like fully CG dinosaurs, but then it still has the practical effects that make it feel very scary. Some of the freakiest shots. I mean, Spielberg is such a master of those crazy shots that are just like, I'm terrified, especially being a kid. Like when the glass of the truck is being, pushed down and the kids are like hands up against the glass. The car flips and then they're trapped under the car that has a dinosaur on top of it and they're slowly sinking into mud. Like, okay, nightmare fuel. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steven.
Nightmare.
But then also just like, it's the horror aspect, but it's also like we're trying to bring dinosaurs back to life and we're seeing dinosaurs. Like what kid isn't like, well, we're literally, that scene is right behind me.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But how fun is that we just get to see dinosaurs and it's also like kind of like a family horror, and John Williams score.
Action thriller, action adventure. Very good movie. All right. 1994. Speaking of family action horror movies, 1994 brought us The Lion King, which I think was the first time Do you know the actual sing the real words, Heath? I didn't think so. I think this is the first time that I witnessed premeditated murder. Like when Scar doesn't help Mufasa up, I was genuinely like, wait, what? People do that?
So yeah, we've talked about this before, but this is like the joke with millennials is I cried when Mufasa died is the first time as a kid maybe you experienced murder.
Yeah, literally.
Which is a crazy thing. And you always forget about that. You're like, oh, Disney movies, throwing it on for the kids. And then, so my daughter is 3, and some people might think that's young, but she really loves The Lion King. She just can't wait to be king. But I remember afterwards we watched it. We watched it a couple times together, but she was hanging off the couch, and she goes, Scar, help me. I'm like, this is the scene you want to recreate right now? So of course I said, "Long live the king,"
Oh,
and I pushed her off the couch.
that's
But
right. That's
I'm a
right.
good dad. All right, I'm a good
Yeah.
dad. But this is a good movie, and every time, especially watching it with your kids, watching it through those new eyes, it's just a well written story.
Mm.
It's the music's great, and visually such a beautiful, like that, the whole
Oh, totally.
Circle of Life intro. Just, man, I
Mhm.
miss when they used to hand draw Disney
Yeah.
movies, but they'd have the different layers, like focusing on the ants and then go to the the
Mhm.
animals behind, and just
Moving. Yes, there's like a
visual
foreground,
experience.
mid, and background, and they're all
Yeah.
moving. Oh, yeah. There. The rumor is I don't have anything more to say about The Lion King, but the
Yeah.
rumor is that Disney is kind of testing out the idea to move back to hand animation,
Hmm.
or at least something that provides that nostalgic feel. And I think that would be a big win. I love that.
Yeah. It's weird because I think Disney treated animation as like computer animation as a stepping stone. It's like, we're not hand drawing anymore. We're now going into whatever,
Hmm.
you want to call the tangled, Frozen kind of style.
Yeah.
And I think it does look good, and they're still making it better and better, but it's like there's a room for different styles in animation. And I think hand drawn, or even just 2D in general, is still a valid option. And it's like, man, anime is being pumped out and people are still loving that and watching it. So it's just, I'm excited to hear, and I was sad to see it go, but just like, well, let's still give us this type of animation. Let's keep doing different things.
Yeah, didn't have to necessarily retire it, but all right. 1995 brings us Batman Forever.
Back
Another
to
Batman
Batman.
movie.
And we've said this before, but this will always remind me of why so many Batman movies come out, is because for decades they were the highest grossing movies. And so it's like, well, of course we
Yeah, there's a
make
great
another
reason.
Batman movie. They keep making money. So it's like, that's why they're here.
Yeah, so this is Joel Schumacher's first Batman movie.
Yep.
Val Kilmer stars as Batman. Much, much, much better Bruce Wayne. I think his Batman lacks a little bit, but overall I think he does a better job than Michael Keaton. However, I don't really like Joel Schumacher's Batman world. I don't like his Gotham near as much as I did with Tim Burton,
No.
and the story wasn't near as entertaining. The this was the inception of the Batman booty shots when he suits up. There's this really funny scene at the end. Also, shout out Michael Goh, who I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right, who got to play Alfred, rightfully so, for each of these 4 movies.
Yeah.
Terrific Alfred. But
That was a really cool connection, I feel like.
Yes.
These are
And it was the
Batman movies.
perfect actor to carry through new
Yeah.
directors, new actors. And they were like, no, we're going to keep Alfred. You're like, that makes sense. We love him.
Mhm.
There's a scene, Val Kilmer is towards the end of the movie, and he's like, hey, do we have any bat suits left? Because the villains have destroyed the Batcave, like Riddler and Two-Face. And he literally goes, no bat suits, sir. Except for the coolest one with the highest level of technology. And he goes, oh, perfect. Let's use that one. I just thought that was so ridiculous. Like, every bat suit is broken and burned except for the best one, and that you can take that into the final fight. It's just so funny to me.
Sounds perfect.
And he's like, it has sonar capabilities, and he doesn't use the sonar capabilities a single time in the entire fight.
Yeah. This one is definitely special for me because this was my first Batman movie I saw.
Oh.
And yeah, it's not good. It might be the worst one, but I enjoyed it at the time. I mean, this came out when I was 5, so it's just kind of like,
Yeah,
can't take that.
that's a great.
But it's a fun kid movie. It's just like,
Totally.
especially being like a little boy, you're just like, it's Batman. That's awesome.
Yeah, the colors, the sound effects, the like boing yoing yoing kind of sound effects constantly through the whole thing. Jim Carrey's really funny. Tommy Lee Jones, I feel like I would have wanted to see him portray Two-Face in a different movie because I wanted to like him really bad, but it was just weird.
Yeah, this was interesting because I feel like, Tommy Lee Jones, they were able to get him in there because of, I'm blanking on The Shining. It's The Shining boy's name.
Because of Jack Nicholson was like,
Yeah.
hey, I can be in a Batman movie and make it good. So Tommy was like, you got it, dude.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought, yeah.
Yeah, just because I think you have that history of like, oh, there's quality villains, quality actors playing these villains. So it's like, yeah, I'll do that. Jack did it, so I guess I better not be a dull boy.
That's a very good impression. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you do after Jack Nicholson, you're like, are all these Batman movies just like, who is the hottest actor right now? And can we get these A-list actors to be in Batman movies?
Yeah.
And that trend keeps up through and through pretty much.
Man, you're right. Yeah, Batmans are always just like definitely. Have you ever had an unknown? I mean, we just had an unknown actor play Superman, pretty much.
Hey, David Cornsweet was in Pearl, which is a great movie.
I've never heard of Pearl, but I stand corrected.
Maxine, Pearl, and Triple X.
Wow.
Those A24 movies. He was in Pearl.
He
weighed
totally
about
picture him.
30 pounds. He was about 30 pounds lighter.
Yeah, he was the projectionist, right?
Yeah, he was
Pearl?
the projectionist. Yeah.
I totally just made that connection. That's really cool because he's such a different person in that movie.
Oh,
obviously.
totally.
I guess that's why they call it acting.
Anyways, it's almost like you're pretending to be another person. Ian McKellen, how are you such a good actor? Well, I like to imagine the role as if I was actually that person. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have. It's so good. I pretend to be the character I am to portray. So I no longer think, what does Ian McKellen think? I think, what does Gandalf think?
What would
about
Gandalf
this?
do?
What would Gandalf do? And that is how I do it.
That is what I do.
Yeah, it's like a parody bit, and like Rick Gervais is like, yeah.
That's acting.
What I do is I portray.
I pretend to actually be the character. Okay.
Well, here's what I think we should do.
Yeah.
I think we should do a part 2 of our 90s blockbusters.
Righteous.
So we're running a little bit long with movie news, and we've still got some great latter half of these movies. So let's save the rest for next week's episode because we still have a lot of movie news. We got a lot of movie reviews coming out. So let's pause this. Part 2, 90s blockbusters next week. Andrew, why don't you take us home, buddy? You're muted.
No, I'm not. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thanks for tuning in. You can catch our full video show on YouTube. You can follow us on Spotify. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We're all over those places, baby. We genuinely hope... Yeah, Heath, you're drumming me out, man. We genuinely hope that you enjoyed watching this show as much as we enjoyed creating it for you. Tune in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for more great content. And as always, go see a movie.
Go see a movie!
2 thumbs up, baby.
Hey!